Dear Eva Marcille, the girls are calling you a colorist. And honestly, I might have to agree with them. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Girl, y'all asked for it, and here we are. Girl, what's this, honey? Dear Eva Marcille, we gotta talk for a second. Now, y'all know how my dear videos go. They are me speaking directly towards the individual who is in the title of the video. But girl, child, honey boo boo child. Eva, sis. Now I love you, Eva. I think you were a good addition to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. I love you on American Next Top Model, the few episodes that I did watch, and I was rooting for you because you took some fab pictures. But girl, these recent turns of events ain't all of that. They ain't here. And it's really kind of hard to say that you're not a colorist based off of some of the things that you have said. Now, last season, there was a conversation about when you used the black with a K to describe Shamea.
Shamea black too. She ain't black with a Q.
You are being shady as right now. What did you mean by Shamea is black but not black with a Q? Like,
Now, the folks asked you what you meant by that. You said, oh girl, I didn't mean nothing about it. Your response was whatever. It's very limited. You didn't really have that much to say. But now, you know, looking at it, it's just like, sis, you have a history. Shout out to Kenya Moore for letting you know how that feels for a dark-skinned black woman to hear that. And Eva, instead of owning that moment and saying, you know what, you have a point. I learned from that. There's nothing wrong with you learning from something that you said. We all are learning. But when someone is actually out here telling you and explaining you from their personal experience, and then you like, oh girl, like that's not what it is. Like sis, you were trying to explain to Andy that, you know, this is a part of the colloquialisms. And I'm like, girl, what? What is that? Like, girl, what? Like, yes, it's definitely a part of the culture, but it has a negative impact on folks. So yeah, mamas probably said it. Some folks' mamas probably said it. Some folks' daddy probably said it. Some aunties, uncles, grandma might have said it, but it was not good. It's not good. It's not good. Now, when you're describing like my nappy head or whatever, and you know I love napping in a good way, like loving on your nappy hair, rooting for your nappy hair, accepting it and loving and appreciating, that is completely different. Versus when you say, oh, nappy head, and you are a light-skinned woman with green eyes and light skin. No ma'am, you not gonna do that. Did y'all not watch that trash documentary with, what's her name? Madam C.J. Walker? Like, girl, even from that trash, that movie was garbage as hell. Some of y'all watched it. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. But even watching that, you can tell, like, light-skinned women have been able to always benefit from stuff like that. Yes, yes. Light-skinned women, you do experience some form of oppression, but it is not colorism. It's not. You experience racism. Period. I'm not gonna keep arguing with that with folks. I'm just like, girl, look at the material. So for her to say that and talk about like these women on the cast, who majority of them are dark skinned. Candace dark skinned, Portia is darker skinned, Nina is darker skinned this week. I love Nina though. Kenya is darker skinned, Marlo is darker skinned. I think the only one who is not is Tanya. So for you to say that, it's like, it ain't it. And not even just being darker skinned, because they can get some darker skinned folks who have, you know, straight hair. But we know the context behind that. So when you said this, it rubbed folks the wrong way. Not just on the show, but folks who are watching. So if you hear a lot of people saying, hey, I don't know how to feel about that, stop trying to, you know, defend your case on that. Just accept that it was wrong, sis. Like, listen to these folks. Stop dismissing them and say, you know what, let me see, I can be wrong. I could be wrong. Sort of, you know, I don't know everything, so let me be willing to listen to understand and see what is going on. What is the big commotion? So Eva, the girls ain't feeling you. They're not feeling you. And I like you. I don't know about, you returning for the next season, but I like you. But you are starting to rub us the wrong way with your comments. The whole thing with you saying that Portia's baby looks like Dennis with the bow. It came off like Massage Noir. That's what it, when I looked it up and actually like, yeah, this is it. Like somebody broke it down to me and explained that a lot of folks do that to, talk about the less feminine qualities that a person, like a woman, would have. And it's like I talked about that. I said that it's the same thing as when people were saying that, oh, Beyonce is married to Joe the Camel. Joe the Camel, remember how everybody kept making fun of it, like Jay-Z's bone structure and his lips and his nose. Remember that was a running joke, he looked like Joe the Camel. I think Jay-Z is attractive. Now, to kind of soften the blow, they have said that, oh, I ain't gonna say that Blue Ivy is ugly, I'm just gonna say she look like her daddy. And it's just like, yeah, a child can look like their daddy, and it ain't nothing wrong with a girl looking like her daddy. But it's the context behind it. So when you already, like we already know, like I was into it with folks on Twitter, like folks were saying, oh, like I told y'all in the previous video, somebody was saying that Dennis is the ugliest man, like Boo or whatever, on the show. And we know that Dennis, like, ain't nobody overwhelmingly talk about how fine Dennis is. I personally think that Dennis is fine as hell. I like Dennis' big eyeballs. I love his suaviness. I love his build. I don't think Dennis is an unattractive guy. But when we start to break down what we think is ugly and unattractive, pay attention to what features land on which side. Because if you're gonna say that Jay-Z is ugly, what makes Jay-Z ugly? His big lips and his big nose. Who normally has big lips and big nose? White folks when they want to look like black folks. So when you out here talking about somebody's ugly or whatever, you trying to challenge the looks and stuff, think about that. Think about what you are saying. And I'm gonna push it even further and talk about something else that I didn't see nobody talk about. And if I'm wrong, gather me. But what if one of these children had autism? What if they had some type of disability? What would be the comments then? Would you all be saying they were ugly, or what would you be saying? Like, what comments would you have been saying then? Because some of y'all be pretending y'all self, like y'all do enough just a little bit, and then you be hoes. Like, oh, that baby, something wrong with it. That's not funny. Oh, that baby like it's slow. That's not funny. It's ableist. It's ableist. It's hell. And not saying that is what Eva has done. Not saying that's what you've done, Eva, but it's a slippery slope. And you've made some ageist comments too. You calling everybody on the show, old or about my house, and I'm younger than y'all. Eva, you 35. The closest person to your age is Portia, and she 38. You call her age hen. And let me tell you guys something. You didn't get Portia together. I didn't like Portia's comment about her titties social distancing. Did not like it. Wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. And I said that in my video, like, girl, ain't no wrong with no titty looking like that. Mine's social distancing. But what was the issue is that Eva used it, what was the issue is that Portia used it in negative context. And Eva did too. Eva calling everybody old and all of that. And then people critique Portia and said, well, Portia have her body is plastic and all of that. I am no longer, I'm going to, and get me together when I do, I'm not going to be commenting on women getting plastic surgery to do whatever. Because at the end of the day, why is Portia out here getting her breasts done? Why are so many women getting, plastic surgery on their bodies and stuff? Why? You don't think patriarchy has something to do with? You don't think it's how men look at women and how women who look a certain way are able to grow and excel in society, especially considering that women are not paid the same amount of money as men and doing more work in most cases. Like, girl, come on now. So, Eva, I think what people are trying to tell you is that you don't remember some of the stuff you be saying some stuff. Like, you even made a joke about another ageist comment you made is when you was talking about Cynthia, talking about the veteran walk, and Cynthia walked bad as hell compared to your little walk. So it's like, girl, like, sis, and you revealed the joke about somebody looking like their child looking like the parent, and the parent is ugly. You laughed at Kenya making a joke about that. When Kenya made a joke and said that Nene's kids look just like her, then what are you saying? What are you saying? You might have not called Dennis ugly, but look what you said. Like, why would you say that? Like, girl, why would you say it like that? Like, come on, let's understand context. Let's understand context. So, Eva, I like you, sis. I hope you are paying attention. But the folks, I have some concerns because you got a history of being colorist. You've said some, like, girl, we can't keep forgiving. Like, it's like, girl, goddamn, like you said the black with the cake thing about Shamea. And it's like, where did it even come from? Like, why say that? And then for you to be a light-skinned woman with green eyes and has did modeling gigs. Girl, and the modeling industry is anti-black, if not anything. The beauty industry is anti-black, so and colorist. So you've been able to benefit from that. So why would you fix your damn mouth to sit up here and say that, oh girl, she black with a K? Like, what the hell? And nappy heads. Don't say that. Ain't nobody, to my knowledge, ever said nappy head on the show before. And even if one of those women did, it's not as powerful as when you say it. And you have to understand that. Like, a woman calling another woman the B word is not as powerful as when I say it. Even as a gay black man. I'm still a man at the end of the day, so I do hold power. Like, I still benefit from patriarchy. So I can't say that to no woman, especially a woman I don't know. So you have to understand power. You have to understand power dynamics and how that, girl, come on now. Got to do better, Eva. We got to do better. It just wasn't it. So I believe in my heart that you will listen and understand and get it together, and I hope that you do that. But since you got to check your colorist comments, you got to check it. You got to check your comments that you be making, because they just ain't sitting right with a lot of folks. That's all I got for you, Eva. I love y'all. I hope that this message gets across to Eva. I hope she sees it. I hope she doesn't get irritated or pissed by it. But we just trying to have a real moment with our sister. That's all we can do. I love y'all so much. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.